What happens when everything that you know to be true, everything that you know for a certain is going to happen, doesn't happen? Sometimes we feel like that right now. I'm going to tell you what I do, and what you should be doing is going back to your personal playbook. You should be going back and looking to see what you have in your playbook for this situation. Now, this situation may not be something that you have seen exactly, but there's something in your playbook that helps you navigate, that's going to help you get through to where you need to go or where you want to go. Well, what are you doing? Do you have that playbook? Is it already there on the shelf? Don't worry about it. We can go craft that and take the time to figure it out. The first thing we need to do is figure out what we want, and then figure out if we're willing to work for what we want. Do we have the right attitude for what we want? Is our network set up to help us get to what we want? How about the team around us? Is it going to help us get to where we want? So what happens when everything changes? What happens when everything that you know to be certain is no longer certain? There's a play in your playbook that will help you navigate and get through. Now, it may not be your best play, so you may have to put in the work, you may have to put in the time, you may have to pivot a little bit, you may have to learn some new skills, you may have to get outside of your comfort zone, think a little differently. You were just forced out of your comfort zone. But what are you going to do? Are you going to stop? Are you going to quit? Are you going to give up? Never an option. Let's go get that playbook. Let's find the next play to run. If we don't have a defined playbook, let's take the time to build it. You have the time right now to build it. Let's go build it so we have the play to run. And you never get in that position again where when something happens completely off script, you don't know what to do. Go to your playbook. Your playbook has the answer. You may have to dig deep. It may be one that you haven't ran all season. It may be a play that you practiced way back in training camp, hadn't used it for 16 games of the season's first 2 games in the playoffs. Now you're in the Super Bowl. We're going to run that play that we talked about way back in training camp and have it used all year. But for this situation and this moment, it's the right play. We won't know, though, if we don't have that playbook and we don't go use it. What are you going to do when everything that you know to be certain, everything you expect, no longer happens? PlaybookExpert.com will help you get there. If you haven't already, go check us out. We're going to give you different tips, different motivators, different ways to get yourself going. If you haven't created it, you need to create it. You need to go get started. Let's go.